So Jake Paul continues to steal the headlines following his unanimous decision over Mike Tyson the early hours of Saturday morning. He previously expressed his hope of becoming a boxing world champion. He's now on the verge of getting his first ever title shot. Who's it going to be against? At what weight is it going to be? Since that win, numerous champions have called him out. Let's say a very, very good morning. Join us now for more is former bantamweight champion and talkSPORT boxing pundit Spencer the Omen Oliver, who was out in Dallas for Jake Paul's fight. The Omen. Good morning, Spencer.
Morning, Spencer.
I nearly said good morning, Greg, and then Gregory Peck.
We're in top forum, mate. We're in top.
Sorry,
forum.
Spencer. They never told me you were waiting, mate. Spencer,
I've been waiting for about 25 minutes, Alan.
What's going on with this Jake Paul then? Is he getting above his station or what? Come on.
Listen, look, we know what Jake Paul's all about. He's done an incredible job for himself. As this kid, this YouTuber turned influencer, Disney Channel kid who's sort of turned into a multi-millionaire, and he's turned his eye to boxing. His journey into boxing actually was because his life, he hit fame and fortune at an early age. His life was spiraling out of control, as it would when you sort of, you reach those heights at such a young age. And he found boxing, and boxing transformed his life. I think that boxing was an outlet for him. He found that discipline again, that direction. And he's sort of he's done well at it.
If he was to take Dubois on and Dubois caught him, he'd end up in row 17.
Of course it is. Come on, that's a joke. Talking about the Canelos and Daniel Dubois. But this is where it is. This is what it's all about. What's happened here is that what he's done is he's got millions and millions of followers, this guy. And ultimately what they will do is they will looking at what Jake Paul's doing and they'll be going, I want to get into boxing now. I want to do that. So they're sort of going to change a lot of kids' directions and focus in life as well, which can only be a good thing because boxing teaches those life skills. But when Jake Paul starts talking about Daniel Dubois, the influence that Jake Paul's got right now is that Daniel Dubois is DMing him, asking him to fight because they recognise where the money's at.
Easy money,
Well, that's the thing, Spence. That's the thing, mate. You're 100% right. It can only be a good thing if some of the young kids come into it, but in terms of fitness and discipline. I get all that. The flip side of the coin, mate, it's becoming a bit of a joke. I mean, you're getting top quality fighters. I mean, I even read somewhere that Artur Beterbiev had fancied. I DM'd him as well, and Dubois. But again, you're looking at it. It's a right few quid for these guys as well. Is the whole thing getting a little bit out of hand, mate?
I totally agree with it. It's totally out of hand when you've got the world heavyweight champion sliding into your DMs asking to fight you. We're talking about Jake Paul here, and Canelo and Artur Beterbiev, because they recognise actually they can earn 10 times the money fighting Jake Paul than what they can get in a normal fight, in a difficult fight. I mean, look at the undercard there, right, guys? When we're talking about Katie Taylor boxed Amanda Serrano on the undercard, unbelievable fight.
Why did she get booed, Spencer? Why did they boo Katie?
Was that a clash of heads?
Yeah, I think it was the clash of heads. Yeah, there was a clash of heads in the 5th and again in the 8th. And I mean, look, guys, anyone that saw the fight, Amanda Serrano's eye was literally hanging down. The referee and the doctors done a terrible job. They should have stopped that fight in round 5. They didn't. I mean, Katie Taylor fights that way. She goes in a little bit with her head. I don't think it was intentional. It was just it was rough stuff. It's a rough game. But the cut was horrendous. But look at what the girls, the reason I started talking about the girls is look at what they earned boxing on this undercard.
Yeah.
6.6 million each. They would never have got that anywhere else. So you can only salute people like Jake Paul for giving them sort of paydays. And that's why all the boxers want to be a part of it. There was 65 million people watched that live on Netflix there on Friday night.
Incredible.
Which is insane.
Spence, just a quick one. How are we doing with Tyson against Usyk? It's gone quiet for me at the moment. Is this the next big news now? We're going to start stepping up to their fight in December?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the next big one now. The return. Can Tyson reverse that loss that he had against Alexander Usyk? That's the big fight. December 21st out in Saudi Arabia. It has gone quiet, and that's because of the fight that's just happened, which is Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. But I'm sure now, it's going to start picking up a lot more. Can Tyson do it? Remains to be seen.
Well, Spencer, just before, are you heading home here or are you heading straight over to Saudi Arabia for that one, mate?
Mate, you wouldn't believe it. Honestly, I was in Texas, I went to Saudi, then I went to Cayman Islands, and I went back to Texas. I've just slept for 13 hours solid.
Be careful, Spence. Taxman's
Did you
listening.
go to, you going to Cayman Islands for just to visit your money, wee man? You visit your money.
It was all
deposit.
It was all voluntary work, boys.
Spencer, you've come a long way from Canby Island to the Cayman Islands.
What
magic,
on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.